Good evening, Dr.
Hello.
She's my neighbor. She's a doctor.
You're late tonight. Was it very busy at the hospital?
It was indeed. A batch of new minors came for their medical exams.
What do you want?
I'm looking for...
Who is it?
I'm
It's
looking
fine.
for her.
I know him. What do you need? Go to the hospital during clinic hours.
But... Please, wait! Ouch!
What's your problem?
Doctor, I'm afraid this is urgent, and tomorrow might be too late. I'm not quite sure how to explain this to you. You see, I just know if you needed someone's help, it's best to give them a gift. So I bought these apples for you. I know this isn't really worth much. It would have been ideal if I brought you a watch or a bicycle for your trouble. But I don't have much money. I could only afford to get you these apples.
A new watch? A bicycle? What use do I have for any of those? So tell me, what's wrong?
Well, it's about my blood pressure. Let me put these apples down first.
Just tell me why you're here.
I'm Sen Xiaoping, a worker just recruited from Yuan. At the re-examination, I was so nervous that my blood pressure shot up to 165. It was you who took my blood pressure.
Go on.
But when I had my first checkup, my blood pressure was just fine.
Recruitment checkups are unreliable, especially from the Wang Yuan batch. You may have passed recruitment, but you have to pass both checkups. Those exams are necessary. We make sure you're in good shape. Your bones, your skin, most especially blood pressure.
But I don't have high blood pressure. I'm sure I was just nervous, doctor.
What's the big deal? If you can't be a miner, then go home and work there.
No. I can't go back there! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Doctor, perhaps you don't realize how crucial it is that I get this job. It took a lot of effort for me to get recruited, and I can't let you ruin it for me. You can't send me back. How do I explain this so you understand? My fate is in your hands. It will change everything. It could change my whole life.
You can't work if you're sick. Those are the rules.
But I don't really have high blood pressure. It was because I was too nervous. No one in my village has high blood pressure. Every job I did in Yuan had me working serious physical labor for hours on end. I couldn't have done that if I had high blood pressure. I have scars to prove it too. Look, If you don't believe me, I'll show you. Look, look.
What are you doing?
Allow me, please. Oh, this is how the steel was tempered. Wuthering Heights, Hamlet. These are excellent books.
You went to school?
I was able to finish high school. Back in my hometown, I was a school teacher.
You were a teacher once. Then you...
Doctor, if I could explain everything, it would take us the whole night. We're a family of peasants, you see. And you wouldn't believe how hard I fought just to get this far. I really cannot afford to go back, Doctor. They say going down to the mines is tough, and I know that. I'm ready for hardship. I heard about people quitting after a few rounds at the mine, but I won't, I can guarantee you. I'm begging you. Please give me another chance, just one more time. My blood pressure's not high. There's nothing wrong with me. I was just nervous. I mean, what if there was a problem with the blood pressure gauge?
Now why would there be a problem with the gauge? Listen to me. Early tomorrow morning, when the hospital opens at 8, come in for a checkup. Don't be late, and make sure you're not nervous. Hey.
You're kind. You've been kind. Thank you. Vinegar.
Try drinking vinegar before the checkup 1 hour before. That way, your blood pressure won't go up too high.
Myung Myung,
What are you looking for?
you don't remember me? I was the one who sent you home last night, remember?
Did you come to play with me?
Well, I'm looking for your mom to buy vinegar from her.
Mama! This man wants to buy some vinegar.
Xiaoping,
Hello, sister.
is there a problem?
I'm fine. I'm just here hoping to buy a bottle of vinegar. I know it's late, but all the other stores are closed.
Vinegar?
Yes,
Sure. Please sit down. Come on,
thanks.
sit down.
Okay.
Hello, Uncle. Will you tell me your name?
My name is Sen Xiaoping. You can call me Uncle Xiaoping.
Xiaoping, I just made steamed egg custard. You should eat while it's hot.
Sister, I'll be on my way out as soon as I get vinegar.
Buying vinegar to cook at this hour? I'm sure you're starving.
It's not for cooking, and I'm not hungry.
Ma, I think there's a frog in Uncle's tummy. I just heard it croaking inside his belly.
And you said you weren't hungry. Go on now. It's yours.
Uncle, I'll feed you.
Ming Ming, stop fooling around. Be good, all right? Go tell Auntie at the top of the slope that the guest is here. Mother will bring the food up in a while. Go on. Go ahead.
I hope you don't mind if I do.
Go on, eat. Back in our region, this is custom. When eating at someone else's house, just make yourself right at home. A dish from your home, a dish from mine. We share and eat together. We don't mind another pair of chopsticks. Just take your time. Finish up that bowl of steamed custard. Wow, you finished it already? And you said you weren't hungry. I was worried that bowl wasn't enough. I don't think it is. Take these two. These steamed buns are for you.
No, thank you. Actually, I wasn't hungry. The egg broth was just so good, I finished it before I realized.
One look at you and I know you live a tough life. Forget your traditions. When you come here, treat this like your second home. Eat as much as food you like, please. Dig in.
Mama?
What did she say?
Auntie said that you should go up and eat now, and that Uncle should come up with us too.
Sister, I'm very full already. I should get going. Please go ahead.
Xiaoping, I know you're uncomfortable with it, so I won't push you to join us for dinner. But take these. These steamed buns are yours.
Oh, no, I can't.
Take them.
I really shouldn't.
Go on, take them. Right. I'll see you then.
Sister,
Ma? Uncle didn't get his vinegar yet.
Will you really still be making dinner?
Not to cook. It's really for something else.
I'll be right back then.
Sure.
Take it. We have a lot at home. Oh, don't pay me. Even Ming Ming won't like that.
My father said we Hanan people love to help whomever we can. If my father were here and he sees you trying to pay, he would get mad at you. Here.
Come back soon.
Thank you, sister.
Go on home. Come back when you have time.
Yes. Goodbye.
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 Take care now.
Yes.
And now, watching the lights as they shone over the row of mountains, he felt a sense of warmth and let it wash over him as he recalled the sense of welcome. The world will never grow cold for as long as there was space for people like them, who knew how to care for people like him. It was in this moment alone that he couldn't help but question what is most important. Money, power, glory. Yes, those qualities have their value in life. But tonight he learned that there could be nothing more precious than human connection. Tonight, he was reminded that perfection in life can only be found in the humanity of others.
It's much lower now. Your blood pressure? It's normal now. Here.
Where do I report this?
No need. We'll let the labor division know.
Thanks, Doctor.
And so, Xiaoping felt a heavy weight lifted straight off his back, not unlike when he was working as a hired laborer. He could hold his head up high again. He stepped out, slowly letting out a long sigh of relief. He watched the sky grow as bright as his future, and the joy overwhelmed him at this moment. Finally, he could be a hired worker of Dayuan Coal Mine, of the Tongchang Mining Bureau. And all that hard work was about to pay off. Surely, regardless of what might be awaiting him ahead, he knew he was well on his way to a new path, one that he had been waiting to take.
Quiet, 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 calm down. It's time for the meeting, settle down. All right. We are here today to hear a welcome speech from the Coal Mine District 5's Deputy Supervisor. Let's please welcome him. Here he is. A round of applause. Why have you stopped clapping all of a sudden, huh? Listen up, new workers. Am I not welcome here, huh?
For a recruiter, that's pretty brave. He's really joking around like that.
You're right.
Stop fooling around. Just give your speech. See? See? He's our deputy supervisor, Lei Han Yi. Let's give him a round of applause.
All right, settle down. You'll have your own turn to speak. You guys must be thinking that I, a deputy district supervisor, am wasting my time joking around like this, right? I did this because I had worries about you boys. We don't usually recruit from the countryside, but I did kids of government officials a favor. I went there personally to oversee things. I wanted to be sure that you could actually survive mining. I wanted to see the sorts of things you would bring with you, the sort of people you are. Hair gel, mirrors, decorating your beds with all sorts of luxuries. In a few days' time, there will be no time for any of that. I know what you're all thinking here. You think this is an easy temporary job. You'll mess around in the mines and leave when you want to. You think it's that simple, but I'm telling you it's far from that. Though I know some of you know better. You cannot take this job for granted. If you think we're playing a game, I suggest you leave. Get the heck away from here. And if you can't leave, get ready to buckle down and work. Just like you're supposed to. And I assure you, I can tell when someone's trying to pull a fast one. Everything here has to be done strictly by the book, for mind and body. When working at the mines, do not be rash or hasty. One must always be calm. And all of you from families of chiefs, listen up and listen good. You may have impressive fathers, but that cannot protect you from the perils of mining. If anything hits you and kills you, that's that. What are you staring at me for? You know coal mining is a dangerous job. You could get squashed by large rocks. You need to accept you'll be making a living trying not to die in the mines. That's what makes a coal miner. We, Coal Mining Team 5, are an award-winning team. You see, we are decked with red flags. Look, there are missing pieces that some bastard has stolen to give to his wife to make pillowcases. These are good satin fabrics. I heard that some of you boys here have quite the education. Some of you even graduated high school. I could care less about that. When you're working underground, it makes no difference. You're young, so work hard. Take me, for example. When I first came to the mine, I couldn't read a damn word. But now I'm a party member, and I've risen to a senior position. Work as hard as me, and you will too. Got it? Hey, give me one of your cigarettes, will ya?
That's right, just give him
Don't
one.
be selfish. Got a light?
You're a supervisor. You don't have your own?
What's wrong with getting from you? Sit down, you'll have your turn to talk. Listen. Down in the coal mine, flammable materials are strictly forbidden. If you're a regular smoker, learn from old-timers like us. Satisfy your cigarette addiction before going down into the pit. At the bottom of the mine, control yourselves. District Clerk, let's do it. Let's check everyone in attendance, shall we? He'll call your names. Stand up and say present. Go!
Mashi Shong.
Here!
Sit. Wang,
Yes?
now when did you become the district's clerk?
Oh, he's busy. I'm helping him out.
You're being too nice about this. You're doing someone else's job. Forget it. I recruited these lads from Wang Yuan. I recognize their faces. Times have changed since then. The names of these boys are no longer like the names of the people of our generation. They're names like Wenzhen, Xiaoping, Yongsheng. Ha! Some of those names have great meaning, but the meaning of your name doesn't determine your fate. What if your name meant lazy man? Then what? All the married men, stand up and show yourselves. Okay, fine. Sit down. Listen up. The time for thinking about your wife's fortunes will come in time. You'll earn your money in a few years, and you can provide them with their dream house. Invite your whole family over. Then the dream comes true now. On to the second point.
All right. What are you talking about? Stop messing around and just finish your speech already.
He thinks I'm just messing around up here. Fine. Enough of that then. We're dismissed. New miners. In a few days, the mine technicians and engineers will brief you on mine safety procedures. And production know-how as well. Make sure to attend. Well, that's it for today. Dismissed!
When are we going
It's
down
time to
the
eat.
mine? Right.
What?
When are we going to the mine?
When you're done with training. What's with all the questions? Dismissed!
All right, sir.
Okay, tell me.
Xiaosha, after all this time, I can finally say I belong in the Yawan. Or rather, that the Yawan belongs to me.
There's no need to hurry. Put your clothes on properly and check the lamp switch. The lamp switch is here. Look, it's here. This is crucial equipment.
Xiaosha, none of us have ever been down there. All the first-timers like me were indescribably excited.
Here's a mirror.
Put it back.
Here's a box of matches.
I told you this was forbidden. What else is there? Nothing. Go. Lower it. You.
We were all new to this, and I was part of the third batch sent down that pit. When I walked into that black steel cage, I was both nervous and excited for this experience, but what filled my being was a strong sense of novelty. I knew that this was the beginning of my experience in a brand new world. I had told myself that this was a historic moment. But despite our optimism, fear drove right through our hearts. But we trudged on forward. When you're down there, everything feels different. It's all unfamiliar. We all fell into silence. As complicated as our feelings were, we had begun to accept that this was where we would be working all year round. This was not just a dream anymore. So, because this was reality, the end to our story could be happy or not.
What is that smell? It's terrible! What is that? It's so strong!
Ah, yes, miner. That is the scent of human waste, nothing less. At the bottom of the mine, as long as you don't poop or piss on anyone else, you can go anywhere you want. The tunnel faces ahead. Watch where you're stepping.
Yes, sir.
This was like another world, unlike anything I'd seen before. When Neil Armstrong took his first step on the moon when they landed, I imagine it felt a lot like this.
Target.
I'm good.
Be careful.
Yes, sir.
This is the first passageway. The coal mine's main entrance and exit. All the coal you mine will be transported through here. Watch where you're going. While you're working in here, safety is your priority. Fire down. You should watch out for that. It's flammable, and that's why you can't smoke in here.
The harsh environment instantly shattered the confidence that even the superiors were pretending to have, making them understand that here, no one could ever survive without the help of their fellow miners.
Okay, watch out. Be careful.
This was precisely the reason why coal miners tend to form strong bonds of friendship. This place and the job they do, it's dangerous and quite tense. It's a challenge for everyone. Seeing what I saw then sent chills up my spine.
Sir! All right. This is the tunnel phase.
Let's give him some first aid!
What happened?
Careful! Hurry! Easy!
Get a bandage.
He hurt himself!
Although this visit was scary for us, there was no doubt it was necessary. After all, coal mining was serious business. It would demand a lot from us. Strength, courage, and sacrifice. It was not a job for the faint-hearted, and only the brave would survive the toll it would take on them. What this place needed were men. And only the strongest of men, too.
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Brother, here you go. Have a cigarette.
No, thanks.
Go on, take one.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, but could I have some of your paper?
Sure, take some.
Thanks. Oh, thank you. Since returning from the pit, the arrogant, privileged children of the cadres realized what they'd gotten into. Spending 2 hours in the pit a day had crushed the wall that once stood between the poor and the rich. I wasn't too affected, because from the very start I had already prepared for the worst. As far as I was concerned, life in the pit was supposed to be harsh. I wasn't like all the others. I had already experienced my own suffering in the past. The scars on my back from the heavy rocks I carried prompt me to look at the positive aspects. No more worries about clothing or food. I would be paid well. And after the exam tomorrow, I will become an official worker.
煤矿安全规章制度1，施工需有专人指挥，其他人员听从指挥，服从命令。2，
Your exam results are terrible. Are you afraid now? Are you embarrassed? Why are you boys keeping your heads all bowed in shame? Lift your heads up! Was it easy?
Yes.
What is a pillar? What is the purpose of gas and coal mines? What happens when gas expands? Enumerate the contributions you can make to the mine. Haven't we explained these topics to you?
Yes, sir.
Have you all ignored our explanations? Huh? The lot of you, tell me now, what is a pillar? A pillar is a walking stick, really? Somebody said it's a cane too? Which one of you wrote that stupid answer? Huh? Was it you? Stand up, answer! What is it? Was the exam easy for you? Huh? What's so funny? I know what you were all thinking. Some of you would rather not work at the mines. So you thought this was your chance to answer any way you'd like. And if you failed, and your parents found out, that's easier than having to sneak back home, isn't it? Your parents sent you all here with prestige and fanfare. I know they threw celebrations for you, and you're throwing that away? You're taking all this for granted. You should be embarrassed for yourselves, huh? Just running home like that, aren't you sorry at all? You. Do you know what score you got? Over your lunch break, all your grades will be posted on the bulletin board. You will also see which team you will be assigned to. If you care at all, go take a look. But if you don't, then I suggest you get out! Get the hell out of here!
Hey, check it out. I should have a score of only 7 points, not 77. This is... How could I have scored 77, huh?
Excuse me.
Me too. I messed up my answers. I should have failed. How did I get such a high score?
I didn't answer anything, and yet I still passed the exam.
Somebody even got a 90.
Why were you looking for me?
Well, of the new workers that were recruited, over 10 have already left. Before we go to the pit, 10 more might leave tomorrow.
It's better than I'd expected. These boys at this age, they have pretty good self-esteem, and they'll hang on for a while. They should be given a taste of what hardship is like for a change. I was like that too then once, remember? Xiaoping. Sun Xiaoping, come here.
Oh. Yes, sir?
You did quite well.
Well, we all did quite well.
What? Is there a problem with the grades, huh? Did someone run away from your dorm? If I don't give them better grades, you'll soon be the only one left in your dorm. You can stay in a room for 10 by yourself, but can you mine as much coal as they would?
Supervisor, that wasn't what I meant.
I was just teasing. Have you seen which team you're in?
I haven't been able to. I'll go and check again.
There's no need to. Just take a good look at this man here right in front of you. This guy is known around here as Safety Wang because he's always talking about safety. He does it more than me, and I'm a supervisor. It's like he wants to take my position, right? He's your mentor. What? You don't want him to be? Haven't you heard of our most famous axe holder, team leader Wang Shisai of Coal Mining Team 1?
I'm afraid I haven't.
Do you know how important it is for a new worker like you to have a good mentor training him?
Yes, I understand.
Then do you know why I have asked you to be his apprentice?
Because I scored 100.
I couldn't care less about your score. Among these lazy buggers, more than a handful of them are illiterate. If they had put some effort into the exam and studied, we'd have a few more with better scores. The reason I chose you is more about the fact that you chose to take this exam seriously. And also because I get the feeling that you're a good lad, unlike some of the other boys. Well, I don't know why I'm telling you this. Anyway, will you accept him as your mentor?
Yes. Mentor.
Wang Sikai!
Huya! Come.
Sikai! Oh, you're here too.
Now, this is your mentor's wife. You must call her sister. Sister?
Sister.
I'll leave you to it then. I have things to attend to.
Sure.
What is it?
I came to look for you. And you too.
What?
Sister heard a lot of things from other people, and I'm telling you my side as well. Drinking vinegar, I was wrong, I know, but I really don't have high blood pressure.
Hey, don't you have anything to say? Do you agree with this? Should Xiaoping stay? Huh?
Let us talk.
Have a good talk then. I'll see you.
You scored the highest. Tell me, what do you do when explosives detonate at the site?
After detonation, you have to set up roof support immediately and act quickly, or a cave-in could result, potentially leading to disastrous consequences.
And what are the work procedures?
Work will normally start with a shout from the team leader. Everyone would have to rush back from ventilation to the tunnel face at risk of falling rock and soil. Meanwhile, the axe holder installs the steel beams into the old stumps. The shoveler must hand the tools used for the top of the support to the mentor. The shoveler also has to make use of every opportunity to help dig the coal pile, pick a baseboard, insert the pile, hold up the core, and secure the stump so the mentor can lock the head.
Huh. What would you say is the most dangerous part?
The conveyor belt.
Yes, it is. You need to think about this carefully, huh? The belt. You're in this tunnel, and you're handling kilos of rock. If a person loses balance and accidentally falls into the belt, he'd be crushed almost immediately. Lives are at risk every day. Do you understand why I bring this up?
What you're trying to tell me is, this job is too dangerous if I have high blood pressure. Mentor, you don't believe I'm healthy enough.
Don't call me mentor yet. Every shift has explosives. And after they're detonated, we work more intensely. Normally, we work over 9 hours. Every day we're down there for at least 10. A person of perfect health, if he was careless, if he lost focus for a split second, could get hurt. But you might have high blood pressure. It's not that I don't want you to be a miner. I just don't want you to risk it. And though I know I could depend on you to be responsible, and it's tempting to help you get through, it would be too dangerous. I can't let you.
But I was working as hired laborer in
How do I
Yuan.
explain this? In a way you have to understand. As a hired laborer, your blood pressure shoots up. You can give up your load, and at worst you'd faint. At the bottom of the mine, there's no allowance for response time. In the mines, the well-being of every single person is connected. It's not just about you, it's the others too. Because of the lives of your fellow miners, nobody dares fool around. Where are you going?
I'll seek out that doctor to measure my blood pressure again. This time without vinegar.
You can't do that. If you go again, what'll you tell the doctor, huh? Somehow, she was able to make you pass a second test. And if you go again, what if the higher-ups find out? You'd be getting her into trouble.
You're right. I can't get her into trouble. I'll borrow a shovel. I'll show you how I'll shovel coal at the bottom of the mine. That way I can show you I'm perfectly fine.
Everything Wang Shicai had said had been a challenge for Xiaoping's strong sense of pride. See, he had always told himself that no matter how hard, he would succeed in the workforce. He was going to walk the walk, and he would do everything he could to prove to everyone, and maybe even to convince his own self, that he was prepared to usher in the first test of his life, regardless of the hardship he was aware he could face in the future.
家。